Before we loop back through another hallway, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to Veteran Game for more deep dives and bold opinions on the best and weirdest games out there. Alright, let's talk about Luto. If you're a horror fan, you know the shadow of PT looms large over the entire genre. But while most games inspired by Kojima's infamous playable teaser just copy the hallway and call it a day, Luto is here to rip up the blueprint and scribble something truly original in its place. Luto starts familiar enough. You wake up, the mirror's broken, the hallway stretches out, and your protagonist Sam seems trapped in a cycle of dread and routine. You wander, you loop, you wonder if the ghosts are real or just echoes of something deeper. But right when you think you know where it's all going, Luto yanks the floor out from under you, literally and narratively. What makes Luto so special is how it refuses to be just another scary house with jump scares. This game is about discomfort, not just fear. The narrator, yes, there's a narrator, and he's a weirdly chipper British guy at first, starts off as a distraction, almost annoying, until you realize his true purpose is to break the fourth wall and pull you even deeper into the game's meta-narrative. It's like the Stanley Parable took a sharp left turn into existential horror, and you, the player, are not as in control as you think. Luto leans hard into the surreal. Hallways warp into caverns, rooms glitch out and dissolve, and you'll run into references and mini-games that make you question what's real and what's the fevered dream of a haunted mind. There's even an entire showing of Night of the Living Dead tucked inside, with the game itself telling you there's no reward for sitting through it, just pure, unpredictable weirdness. But don't be fooled, Luto isn't all style and no substance. This is a story about grief, loss, and the terrifying architecture of the human mind. The game's puzzles might feel obtuse at first, sometimes slowing the pace, but they actually force you to think outside the box, reading clues in the environment and connecting ideas in unexpected ways. It's frustrating at times, sure, but once you're in sync with Luto's language, solving its mysteries is genuinely satisfying. Visually, Luto is dripping with atmosphere. The use of lighting, subtle distortion effects, and carefully crafted environments all combine to create a dreamlike, almost painterly horror experience. It's not about cheap scares or gore. The horror comes from mood, sound, and the sense that reality itself is unstable. The soundtrack and ambient noises are perfectly placed to keep you on edge, and even the rare jump scare feels earned. And let's not forget the cultural touches, nods to Spanish folklore, dark humor, and creative references to art, film, and classic games. It's a love letter to horror, but it's also a sly critique of how we experience loss, anxiety, and even video games themselves. For a debut from a small Spanish studio, Luto feels incredibly bold, smart, and polished. Are there issues? Sure. Some puzzles can be real head-scratchers, and if you're here for pure action or constant scares, Luto's slow-burn psychological approach might feel a bit too abstract. The story gets tangled in its own metaphors, especially in the final act, and the game's short length and lack of replay value might leave you wanting more. But honestly, it's rare for a horror game to surprise even the most seasoned players, and Luto had me texting friends just to say, "You will not believe what this game just did." So is Luto just another PT clone? Absolutely not. It's a bold experimental ghost story with layers of meaning and moments you'll never forget. If you love psychological horror, narrative games, or just want a game to truly mess with your expectations, Luto is essential. Have you survived the house? Did the ending melt your brain, or did you get lost in the metaphors? Drop your weirdest Luto moment in the comments and let's decode this one together. Thanks for watching Veteran Game, where we don't just play games, we haunt their halls. See you next time!